If you think rogues are only good for sneaking and stealing, you might be missing what makes one of the most flexible D&D classes what they are. So this episode, we're going to go over the 4 main rogue classes, subclasses, in the 2024 rules, which is your Thief, Assassin, Arcane Trickster, and Soulknife. Okay, now I do have notes in front of me. So before we talk about the subclasses, I think it's important to understand that every rogue already has a strong identity. You're skilled, mobile, precise, hard to pin down. The subclass does not completely change that whole thing. It just tells us what kind of rogue you are. Do you want to be the classic thief?
The classic flavor.
The professional OG. Assassin?
Also an OG.
The magical trickster? Or a psychic blade?
That one sounds terrifying.
Mm-hmm. So, you have your core. What every rogue is good at. Whatever rogue does. They're skill experts. They're the precision strikers, scout, infiltrators, and problem solvers. They usually are not built to stand in the middle of a battlefield trading blows like a fighter and a barbarian. It's not what they're...
That's not their cup of tea.
That's not their cup of tea, no. Instead, they win by being more clever, more mobile, hard to pin down, and they're really good at landing one hit per round, like one hit per action.
So it sounds like they are like a good hit and run if you're good at just kind of poking in. Mm-hmm. And then outside of combat, being able to really utilize them to do not just thieving tasks then.
Yeah, no, you could thieve, deception, lie, persuade.
Would you think that they were on par with, say, a bard in their ability to speak?
If they're built correctly, depending on the subclass, I would argue that they are. I mean, unless... I can see now if you're a bard like College of Eloquence, you'll etch that out. Mm. But other than that, I think they're a really well-rounded class if they're built correctly and played correctly. So in the 2024 rules, they revolve around sneak attack, which I think is poorly named. We'll get into that. They also get more tactical options, though, like weapon masteries, steady aim, and cunning strike. So let's go over what all that means.
Indeed.
So their core features, they have expertise, which lets them double their proficiency bonus in certain skills, which means they become incredibly reliable at certain things, whether that's stealth, sleight of hand, investigation.
So what do you mean by proficiency bonus, for those of our viewers who don't know?
You usually get a proficiency bonus, usually it's +2. At any one skill that you want to be proficient in. So say I want to be the main, I'll steal, lockpick. I want my proficiency bonus would be in sleight of hand, which means I'll have an advantage over every other class.
Okay, so it's literally just something you want your character to be skilled with.
Yes.
So if you were to put a proficiency on, like you said, sleight of hand, you would be better off than, say, a paladin who's trying to pick a lock.
Yeah.
You would have that extra... skill.
Je ne sais quoi.
Je ne sais quoi.
And you can get your expertise in that, which allows you to double your proficiency.
So it's something your character's severely skilled at, heavily put time into.
I am really good at this one thing. It's like the Bruce Lee with the kicks. I've done this one kick 10,000 times.
And I made it perfect.
I've perfected it.
Perfected it.
And then they get sneak attack, which... I have an issue with.
Why is that?
Because, overall, sneak attack is their main damage feature. Mm-hmm. It lets you add additional 1d6s to your attack, and the number of dice is dependent upon your level. But you have to have advantage. Usually you have to have advantage or have an ally within 5 feet of you. But the important thing, and the reason why I don't like it, is you don't actually have to be sneaking for a sneak attack to work.
So it's just kind of a generalized term. You don't literally need to be sneaking up on somebody.
Yeah, I think it's poorly named. I prefer the name Precision Strike because I'm getting at this one particular... I could literally be in the middle of the battlefield shouting, "Here I am," and I still get sneak attack.
So what do you mean by advantage then on these? What qualifies to you as, if you were a DM, what qualifies as an advantage?
So you can either have... you can be flanking an ally, or having flanking, so like I'm next to an ally within 5 feet behind the bad guy, or classic sneak, like I'm hiding, you don't know I'm there. Or you got like your swashbuckler, which is in the 2014 rule set, which we can do an additional video on all those subclasses if y'all are interested. They don't need an ally. They get the sneak attack and advantage if it's a one-on-one duel. So that's like your Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, if you're
Inigo Montoya.
My name is Inigo Montoya.
building a that's a good reference there. Thank you. If you're building a more of a duelist, then you want to pull back into the swashbuckler. If you want a rogue but you want a duelist, then the swashbuckler is going to be the way to go.
Yep. And then so your other one, you get weapon masteries, which allows other classes do get weapon mastery. I think most of the new ones get weapon mastery.
It's just kind of which ones you want to be with.
It gives certain weapons extra tactical advantages. This helps the rogues feel more like clever combatants instead of I attack and roll sneak attack. I mean, and that is depending on the weapon. Different weapons, like you have like your Nick, you have your Cleave.
Who's Nick?
Okay, well, Nick is not a person. It's I get to make a second attack as part of my first action. So if it has a weapon, if it's like the scimitars, I think, and daggers, I think have
Daggers definitely do, yeah.
the nick. So I hit you once. If it has the nick property, like my second weapon, I get to hit you again, and that's the same action. So it's 2 attacks, 1 action.
Oh, okay.
And you can do that once per turn.
Nice.
Yep. And then you have your cunning action. It's one of the biggest reasons why rogues feel slippery, is because it lets them it lets them use their bonus action to do things like dash, disengage, or hide.
Oh, okay.
So essentially, you can dart in, strike, escape, reposition, and then smoke bomb, vanish, gone.
Pocket sand.
Yeah.
Pocket sand.
Pocket sand, which is also a feature.
That's
Swashbuckler again,
too.
I think.
Pocket sand.
Yeah. And that's also with Swashbuckler, I think you get like a vicious mockery. So you're like talking shit about
That's fine.
You're talking about them dueling.
Yeah, you
God.
can do that, and then I think the next attack you get advantage with if you something like that. But yeah, just be talking smack and fighting somebody. I like that.
Yeah, man. And then they have steady aim, which gives rogue another way to set up advantage. You can use a bonus action to give yourself advantage on your next attack roll during your current turn. So it's my current turn. I'm going to be like, I'm going to use steady aim, so I have advantage on my attack. The only issue is you can't move again till your next turn.
Oh, so you're just
your speed to
locked
0.
down.
Yeah, you're like, I'm gonna do real good with this hit. I can't move again, but I'm going to get you.
It's going to get you.
Yeah.
I'm going to get mine. I might get got, but I'm going to get mine.
And you get that at level 3 for all rogues. Then you have your Cunning Strike. Cunning Strike is one of the biggest additions for 2024. It lets the rogue trade some sneak attack damage to apply extra effects instead of only damage. So they get to use their precision to create tactical problems for the enemies. So I can forego 1d6 before I roll damage. So say I get 3d6 extra for my sneak attack. I'm going to... There's a cost associated with each one. Usually in the beginning it's 1d6. So you can be like, I'm going to forego 1d6 of damage, but I can add either Toxin, which they have to, if I hit you, they have to make a con save. And if they fail the con save, they're poisoned.
Oh, nice.
Or I can do a trip attack, which is on a failed deck save, they have the prone condition. Or I can do my personal favorite is withdraw, which means if I hit you, I'm allowed to move half of my speed without causing an opportunity attack.
So you wouldn't even have to use
Disengage.
disengage to get away from them.
I'm going to hit you, and I'm like, boop, boop, and you can't do nothing about it. Because you're like, whoa, that guy's good. And I'm like, I know.
He kicked me in the shin and ran.
He did. He said, bam, bam, and then, ow.
Smoke bomb.
And then, also at higher levels, the Cunning Strike improves. They can do 2 Cunning Strikes per sneak attack damage.
Oh.
So you can do, I'm going to trip you, and I'm going to withdraw. So I'm going to knock you on your booty, and I'm going to bounce. which is embarrassing to me. Like, you're doing a one-on-one, I'm going to trip you, you're going to fall on your face, and I'm out.
And then I'm going to retreat and be like, have at you.
Yeah. And then they get Uncanny Dodge and Evasion. So Uncanny Dodge helps reduce damage by having the damage rounded down by using a reaction. So if you hit me for 10, I'm going to Uncanny Dodge. I use my reaction, I'm only going to take 5. As like a... It's kind of equivalent to Barbarian's Rage.
Oh, okay. In the sense, it's almost like it's not exactly a resistance to damage, but it cuts down how much that attack.
Like, instead of a direct hit, I'm like, hee hee.
Just kind of give it that, like, oh!
Yeah.
And like, dodge backwards. And goes,
you got my little feather cap.
Yeah.
And then I'm mad.
And you cut my feather off my hat.
And then, what say you? And then they have Evasion. So Evasion's really good, too, because Evasion helps the rogue survive dangerous area effects, like the wizard's beloved fireball. So on that one, if it causes a deck save, on a successful deck save, I take no damage regardless.
Oh, nice.
So I'm like, sucks to be you.
So you'd be like pressed up against the wall of like fire right here. It's like, ah.
Like, I can feel it. It's hot, but I'm not burned.
Ah. Sunscreen.
Moisturizer. And then they get...
My lips be chapped.
Especially after the fireballs.
Yes.
Because wizards love that.
Yeah.
But then again, you know what? I kind of blame the DM.
Stop putting the enemies all together.
Yeah, that's just...
It's like throwing a grenade into a foxhole. It's like, you know they're all right there. I'm just like...
And then they get reliable talent, which is one of the best features, too, because you become extremely consistent with your skills. So it makes you feel like a true professional. So anything that you have a proficiency in with your skills or tools, you treat a D20 roll 9 or lower as an automatic 10. So you get no more nat ones.
I just imagine your rogue being extremely cocky going into situations like that. Like, all right, let me handle this. And it's like 2 seconds of jimmying with a fork. And it's like, oh, look, I just unlocked the entire prison.
Mm-hmm. And now what? And then your DM's like, well... And you're like, what you gonna do about it?
It's like, I rolled it. It's good.
Especially because rogues be having like +9s and +10s at low levels on stealth and sleight of hands. So you add that in. The lowest you can roll is like a dirty 20.
Yep.
Your DM will hate you. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Yeah, as a DM, it would drive me absolutely insane. Oh no, the lock is electrocuted. You can't do that.
You would.
I would.
Roll a D100. Let's see what kind of curse you get. It's like, well,
Yep. I'll curse you and you'll be wearing glass armor.
happened to me.
It did.
Yep. No shame in my game though. So we're gonna get into the subclasses now.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go over. I'm going over brief. I'm not going into too detail. If you want more detail, we can do another video on it. But I did pick like certain things that you get that just make that class feel extra or special or extra. You know,
Extra special.
See, there we go. So at level 3 for the thief, this is the thief. They get fast hands. Yeah, you're like so fast you don't even know it. Now I got your underwear in my hand and you don't know how I did it.
That would wedgie. Mm-hmm. Imagine that failed save. Just
So you can use a bonus action to do special things. So sleight of hand, utilize actions, so whatever that might be, or magical item activations. You can do all that now with a bonus action.
So magical item activations being like, what do you mean?
Like if you have a special weapon or sword that allows you to do certain things, you can boom, boom.
Yeah, make sure you bug your DM about getting good gear.
Yes.
A lot of times it gets forgotten.
Not by me.
Mostly by me.
And level ups.
No. Don't even start.
I digress. So it just makes your thief faster than everyone else at using tools, objects, certain magical items, because I don't need to waste the whole action on it. Mm-hmm. Also at level 3, you get second story work. This is for all you thieves that want to climb, like maybe you're trying to climb the side of a building. You actually have a climbing speed built into your rogue class as a thief.
Do you now?
You do. So you're actually really good at climbing.
Are you sure? Because I don't feel like all rogues would be good at climbing.
Well, if they paid attention to their climb speeds.
Yeah. That and stop trying to jump off of buildings or
That-
climb up
Yeah.
certain parts of them.
So your climb speed's equal to your movement speed. And then also for jumping distances and stuff like that, instead of using strength, you use your dexterity, which rogues are already naturally good with dexterity.
That is true.
So you're better at climbing walls, running rooftops, balconies, windows, vertical spaces. You're good at if you pay attention to your... A lot of this is just dictated on paying attention to your subclass.
Yeah, like really making sure that you know what you have, study it,
Because
studying your sheet.
your DM might not know. Like if he's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
I'm trying to jump." All right, well, you would normally use strength. You're like, "Oh, DM, I actually use dexterity." Cool, thank you.
Yeah, a lot of times it's not, the DM doesn't know everything a lot of the time. So you knowing your character and what you're able to do and being able to explain it to your DM is a massive help both to your DM and your party to make sure that you get the full experience with what you've created. So make sure to study your sheet, or at least have a very solid idea of your do's and don'ts that you can and can't do.
I agree with that. And then, so you get both of those at level 3. At level 9, they get something called Supreme Sneak. So it's a new cunning strike called Stealth Attack. And the thing about this one is if you're hidden or invisible, if you use the hide action, and you're hidden or invisible, exactly, you can spend a sneak attack damage die, and the attack does not automatically end your hidden or invisibility condition, as long as you're behind strong cover. So I think that like your Assassin's Creed, you're behind a barrier, you pop up, hidden blade, and you drag them behind you.
That's awesome.
You keep your hidden ability. So that's one I always like. And then they get use magical device, so they can attune to 4 magical items instead of the standard 3.
Got like a thieves toolkit kind of
Exactly.
gear. Like,
they can, and you roll a d6, and then you can use the magical charges. On a 6, you don't spend a charge. So like if this magical staff has 3 charges, you roll a d6. If you get a 6, you don't use you can use the ability without using one of the charges.
oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, it really is cool.
That's a solid chance too.
And you can use any spell scroll using intelligence for the spell. Higher level scrolls may require an arcane check from your DM. So those ones are really good because it just means I can steal this and then use it.
Yeah. Instead of you being like, oh, I got this stupid scroll, but I don't know how to read it here, and give it to your spellcaster, you can be like,
And your wizard's like, yes. Instead of now, your wizard's like, can I have that? You're like, no,
no, it's mine.
I'm going to use it.
Or maybe you took it from that wizard.
Maybe.
Midnight, he was asleep, you took a spell scroll.
But that's a bad rogue.
Bad.
Bad. No. And then the last one we're going to go over for the thief is they have this ability called Thief's Reflexes, which lets you get 2 turns in the first round. So I have my normal initiative roll, and then your second one you go at 10 minus that. So say I have a 20 initiative, I'm going to go at 20, and then I'm going to get to go again once it hits an initiative of 10. So I can do 2 things in the first round. It's only the first round of combat, but still it's really...
Still nice to get 2 actions in the same.
2 sneak attacks.
That'd be slapping.
I do. Literally. And figuratively. However you want to do it. So, but the thief is best for... It's the classic rogue. It's the locks, traps, climbing, stealing, item tricks, treasure hunting. That's what you are good at. And after that, we have your assassin rogue. They're the killer. They're the spy. They're the ambusher. They're the disguise expert. So they have an ability at level 3 called Assassinate, which it lets you have advantage on all your initiative rolls. And during this first round of combat, I have advantage on attack rolls against creatures that have not taken a turn yet. And I can also use my sneak attack during the first round, and I deal extra damage of the weapons type equal to my rogue level.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's really good.
So you can really go in and cause chaos right off rip.
I'm really good at getting there and killing things.
Just stabby stab, disengage, and back out.
100%. And then they have it also at level 3. They have Assassin's Tools. So they gain a Disguise Kit and a Poisoner's Kit. Poisoner's Kit, and they're proficient with both automatically. So this is really good. It's like you're trained for infiltration. Disguises, poison. I'm gonna get in, poison this dude. I'm gonna get out. I'm Agent 47. So, which I think is really cool. They get another one called Infiltration Expertise that I think is really cool. They have 2 benefits. They get it's called Masterful Mimicry, which after studying someone for hours, so I'm John Wicken or Agent 47, I'm watching the person I want to kill. If I watch them for at least an hour, I can mimic their speech and their handwriting.
That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's a full like Agent 47.
Oh yeah, like I'm just over here. No, that's not me at the door. Or open this door, and that's gonna sound like him. So you're gonna open the door.
That's when people be looking at you, especially you make like this like younger like woman of a rogue, and then you start mimicking the big brute, and just like open the door. It's like
That's a little scary.
a little bit. How did you go and do
Like
that?
if you're her, like if you're the party,
yeah,
and you're just waiting outside the door, and she's like, "I can get us in." You think she's gonna pick lock the door,
super feminine, like
I don't know what we're gonna do.
and then you think she's gonna pick lock the door, and she's like, "Boom, boom, 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 hey, let me in." You're like, "Whoa, where did that come?" Or maybe you're into it. I don't know. But they have another ability called Roving Aim, which you remember Steady Aim from earlier, where it lets you get advantage,
yes,
but your speed is 0.
you're stuck in place.
With this one, your speed is no longer 0. So you can give yourself advantage and still be able to move.
Oh,
Yeah, which is really good.
so be just running in a circle around them, being like, "Ha
Yeah, I'm so fast. At level 13, they get
fastest boy."
fastest boy. They get venom weapons. So you can use the poison option for Cunning Strike, which is one of the ones from earlier. But then the target also will take 2d6 poison damage on a failed save.
Nice.
So the earlier Cunning Strike just gives them the poison condition, but this one they actually take poison damage as well.
Like right off rip.
Oh yeah, which is really good, and it also ignores resistance to poison.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah,
That bypasses that whole resistance.
it's like I'm resistant. Are you?
Not
I
to this
got
one.
this special poison. I got this. Man, you don't even know. One that I think is really cool that they get at level 17. You get it at a late level, but I think it's. Let me read it to you. When you hit with sneak attack during the first round of combat, the target makes a con save.
Mm-hmm.
If they fail, your attack is double. So at the higher level, your sneak attack is probably 6d6 extra damage.
That by that point, it's up there.
So I get double. Imagine you crit. Roll that. That's already doubled, and then you get double to that.
Now that's a lot of damage!
That'd be
That's grounds for killing a boss in one hit.
Yep. That's DM rage bait right there.
And I think that's why it's level 17, because that at like a level 3. It's like, you're doing too much.
Yeah, you need to calm down.
Calm down.
I'm really good with these.
It's like you need to chill.
Put them away.
Put the daggers down.
I'm like, no, I want
No.
to cut him.
Yeah, that's best. So I think that class is best for players who want to strike first and fast, use poison, disguise themselves. They're the professional killer.
It's literally just the assassin.
Yeah,
Like
if you wanna be
that
a
is
hitman.
your whole being.
Like, I am good at killing.
Infiltration. Stabby stab. Out before anybody knows.
Or not even stabby stab. Poison.
Just a little...
Because something I didn't mention is, like, you get access to more cunning strikes as an assassin. Like, you can do, there's one called Unconscious, where I can just knock a dude out. You can make him unconscious for a round.
That's pretty insane, especially if it hits well enough on, again, like you said, like a big bad. It's like, how'd you do that? I knocked out a dragon. I don't know. It just happened.
Its cost for that is 66. That's probably your entire
That's
sneak
the
attack.
entirety of it.
But I'm going to knock this dude out. And I got to worry about him. So I think that's really cool. And then one of your most versatile, probably, is you have your Arcane Trickster.
Ooh.
So this is your magical road, your illusionist thief, your sneaky spellcaster. So at level 3, you get spellcasting. And your spellcasting is, you have the wizard. You use your wizard for spellcasting. You start with Mage Hand, and then you get to pick 2 other wizard cantrips of your choice. You also prepare a small number of spells and gain spell slots as you level up. So you're still a rogue, but now you have magic for tricks, defense, stealth, control, like whatever your flavor wants to be. At level 3 too, so they get Mage Hand. I'm gonna mess this word up. Okay. Legerdernamine. Mage Hand.
You want to try to say that again?
Mage Hand. Legerdernamine.
Legardamine?
That one.
Yeah.
Me and words sometimes, guys.
I was able to see it from over here, yeah. Yeah, Legardamine.
So your Mage Hand is upgraded. You can cast that as a bonus action.
Nice.
You can make the hand invisible. And you can control it with a bonus action. And you can have it do sleight of hand checks for you. And at a higher level, you can use it to aid you in certain cunning strikes. So like if you take the trip action at a higher level, I can trip this person, and I can use my Mage Hand to also trip an additional person.
That would be really cool. Thinking about it like in a cinematic style. It'd be like you take one dude out and another one's coming up, you're like, ha ha, and then trips after you grabbed his ankle with an invisible hand.
And you're like, what did you fall over?
What happened?
Exactly.
And then talking smack to him while you do it to him. Get
And
the vicious mockery, be like, oh, you can't walk?
Snap.
You get somebody in the background just popping up, like, ooh.
So at level 9, they get Magical Ambush. You are invisible when you cast a spell. If you are invisible when you cast a spell or a creature, that creature has disadvantage on its saving throws against that spell.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. So I think that's really cool. So your spells are harder to resist when you're. So if I'm hiding, I'm like, by fireball, or whatever it might be, poison spray or whatever.
Disadvantage on the save,
and you have disadvantage on your save. So I think that's really neat. They also get an ability called Versatile Trickster. This is what I was talking about earlier. So you can use your Mage Hand to help with like your trip. So if you trip one creature, you can also trip another creature within 5 feet of your Mage Hand. So your Mage Hand can start helping you control the battlefield a little bit.
That's neat.
It's like maybe you hit. So maybe you and your fighter are dueling some people. You get in, you help your fighter. I'm a trip. Say your fighter's got 2 people. He needs a little bit of helping hand. Not that fighters needs it. We know you're big and strong. We get it. You can be like, bloop, and he falls. And you can be like, you're welcome.
But what happened? I'm like, I tripped him. No, you didn't. There was nothing there. He fell down on his own.
Or your fighter will probably like, I had it all under control. It's like, of course you did.
Yep.
It's okay.
It's okay. Sometimes everybody needs a little help.
Everybody needs a little help every now and again. And then at level 17, they get an ability I think is cool. It's called Spells Thief. So when a creature casts a spell that targets me, or it includes me, or I'm in its area, I can use my reaction to try to steal it.
To steal their spell.
To steal the spell. The creature has to make an intelligence save. If they fail, the spell has no effect on me, the rogue. I temporarily learn that spell if it's of a spell level that I can cast. And for 8 hours, I can cast it, and the original caster cannot cast that spell.
That one's brutal.
Yeah. It's like,
if used right, like you can really mess
that is,
up.
what is his name?
I don't know.
Mortal Kombat. Your soul is mine.
Your soul is mine.
I don't know Mortal Kombat that well.
Oh, well.
Yep, it's not my
We're going to put
tea. We'll figure out who it is and just put them right here. Be like, come on, guys. Yeah.
So that's good for players who want access to spells, illusions, magic, creative problem solving. Because if you take the right spells, you can get real creative with what you can do.
That's why I like spellcasters. You can kind of do all sorts of stuff.
I'm typically the fighter. I'm typically the one that's like, I don't need help.
It's okay. You're big and strong.
I like monks too. Monks is like my...
It's basically a fighter.
But better.
It's basically
Come
a
at
fighter.
me. Anyone who likes fighters. Monks are better.
Spellcasters.
I said what I said. Well,
if used correctly.
If used correctly. Because I have beef with wizards and stuff. We know this.
Why do you have beef?
I just think you should be able to like cast a spell and punch.
Technically, you can.
Can you?
Not the same turn.
That's my point.
There's a lot of energy that goes into casting that fireball that you have to dodge.
It's like fireball.
Listen, it's a lot of mental energy to
So the
learn
wizards,
these spells.
the wizards are an overweight person.
Excuse me?
What did he say?
I said what I said. And this is coming from a rather large
No.
person.
They spent their time reading books while you were out, like, throwing swords at things.
Yeah. So okay.
Smart.
Right. Nerd.
Brains?
Nerd. That's fine.
Yeah, well.
I mean, granted. Who am I? You know what I mean? We call someone a nerd. But the last one, the last subclass we're going to go over today is called Soulknife. And this one, the more I looked into it, the more I found I think it's cool. So this is your psychic rogue, your mind blade assassin, or your supernatural influencer. I'm gonna say influencer. That's what I am. Not really. Infiltrator. That's what I'm gonna say. So level 3, they gain psychic powers. You gain psychic energy dice. You can use these dice for psychic abilities. The main uses are Psych Boasted Knack. If you fail a skill or tool check you are proficient with, you can roll a psychic energy die and add it to that check.
Nice.
You can only spend 1 die if the turn is into a failure into a success. You get Psychic Whispers, which means you're crazy.
I hear voices. That's a superpower, young
Right.
man.
You can create telepathic communication between yourself and other creatures for a number of hours based on your dice roll. Which I think is neat. So you're better at skill checks and can silently communicate with your team.
That's really neat because if you're really going heavily by the book, there's a lot of things that limit conversation, especially in combat is a big one, where each turn is only supposed to be 6 seconds long. So in that time, you can be like, well, what are we going to do? Well, I'm going to go do this. Well, you go do that. That doesn't happen.
That's why I'm a big proponent of learning your character and having plans in your head of what you're going to do.
Exactly.
Because like you said, they are technically only 6 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes I feel like we're waiting.
That's why with a lot of effects, if it says, oh, you get this effect for 1 minute, it doesn't seem like a long time. But in all reality, it's 10 turns long. So it builds up. If depending on the size of the fight, it can go quickly. But if it's 4-on-4, you can get all the way back around to your turn again before the thing runs out. So
you also get, so level 32, you get Psychic Blades. You create Psychic Blades when you attack. So I don't need weapons. I create them. I think that's cool. I could just walk into, if you were going into somewhere, a kingdom, a nightclub, and I gotta pat you down, that's fine.
my knives are up here, yo.
Knowledge. So they have the Finesse and Throne ability. They deal psychic damage and not your regular damage.
That's good.
And you can use it at range. It vanishes after it hits or misses. So the person just died, but how?
We couldn't find the weapon that was used. It's
Exactly. There was none there.
it's gone.
So my thing is, I'm like, would there even be a wound?
I'd say so. I mean, your psychic ability, maybe not. It might
If
just
I
be.
throw it, pierce your heart. Is there a pierce mark, or is it just?
I think that's up to you and your DM to decide how that looks and how everything would go down. But in the end of it, I think it's more of a Matrix kind of deal, where it's your brain thinks that the thing is happening. If they get shot in the Matrix, they die for real. Maybe it's that sort of thing. Your brain processes oh no. Blech.
I just think the flavor you could spin on that would be really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Actually, if I continued reading my notes, I answered my own question.
Nice.
It leaves no normal wound.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah. So all this is hypothetical. I think is I took these
So
notes.
it's a Matrix thing.
I took these notes. I forget, guys. It's fine. This is why I say study your characters. You can make a second blade attack as a bonus action with a smaller damage dice. So you always have weapons. Even if I have a normal dagger, you disarm me. I'm like, joke's on you.
Right. Oh, you got thrown into the dungeon.
Well,
I'm still armed.
I'm always armed.
Until they put the Magneto helmet on top of you and block out your brain.
Well, there's checks and balances everywhere. So at level 9, your psychic blades improve. You get a thing called homing strikes. So if you miss with a psychic blade, I can roll one of my psychic energy die we talked about and add it to the attack roll. If it turns into a miss, the die is spent. If it's still a miss, I still get my dice. I don't have to use one.
Nice.
So it's like you throw your dice and it misses. I'm like, oh yeah.
Why are you throwing dice at me?
Well, sometimes if they roll bad, you just want to be gone.
Just want to whip them across the room.
So if I throw a blade at you and it misses,
You get it back.
it's going to come back at you. Like if I roll it then and then it hits, I'm like, all right, it missed you, and then back of the head.
Boomerang.
Yep, exactly. You also get psychic teleportation, which I think is cool. I can throw my blade to a space I can see and then teleport to it.
That's a neat one.
Because then it's like I could be running at you and just throwing blades, and like phasing.
That would cinematically that would look neat, like seeing like.
I'm like a nightcrawler.
That's cool.
Yeah, I think it's really dope. So they become more accurate, and I can teleport. I can use my blades to be like, "Ha! I'm over here now."
Yeah, just imagine somebody coming in with an attack, like, and like, whoop.
Exactly, like you thought you hit me.
You thought?
Well, what are you doing? I'm not even. Why are you hitting the wall? Like what?
And then poof.
Poof. So at level 13, they get Psychic Veil. You can turn invisible for up to 1 hour.
Ooh.
The invisibility ends early if you deal damage or if you force a saving throw. You can use it once and then spend a psychic die to use it again. So I get it once for free, and then to get it again, I have to take away a die. But it's like, that's fine. I can get invisible, I just get one less. I'm like, all right. At level 17, you get Rend Mind. So when you deal sneak attack damage with your psychic blades, you can force a target to make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, they are stunned.
Stunned as in like, oh my gosh, this is so exciting. Or
Stunned as in you can't move. So I can just shut down your mind. I'm like, you're not doing anything.
just like,
Yeah, go night night. So those are best for players who want psychic weapons. They want to be able to telepathically communicate with their people. They want to teleport. They want to go invisible. It's just like if you want to feel supernatural, that's the one you go with. So, as with those four, the rogue is not just your party thief. It's the person who sees the angle. They find the loose brick, the weak guard, the hidden door, the nervous lie, the gap in the armor. The 1 second where everything can change. Some rogues use magic. Some use poison. Some use charm. Some use psychic blades. Some use a rapier and a smile. Exactly. But every rogue is built around the same idea. When the movement comes, they don't waste it. So if you want to play someone fast, skilled, clever, dangerous, and almost impossible to pin down, the rogue might be exactly what you're looking for. So there's only a question that's left. Is what kind of rogue are you? So if you want more, or if you want me to go more in depth on these, or if you would like to see a video on the other rogue subclasses that are available, like you have your Phantom, your Mastermind, your Swashbuckler that we mentioned a few times. You have your Scout. There's a bunch more. We can do another video and go over on that. But until then, please like, comment, and subscribe. I am Justin.
And I'm Eric.
And this has been Myth and Method.
We'll see you next time.